I did not have Brandon in any one of my classes. A colleague of mine did in a freshman class, and she came to me and said, you know, there's this unique guy, he's an athlete, he's tall, he's good looking, he's smart, and he has a bearded dragon, and he loves wildlife. So I didn't know Brandon, and I met him through this introduction through a colleague of mine, and I could tell immediately that he was genuine, he was engaged, he was engaging, and it's exactly the kind of person that we're looking for on the study abroad trip.
So I'm a combined science major with emphasis in environmental science and psychology. My main reason for joining my major was simply more than anything my love of animals. And I figured that with environmental science I could go into wildlife classes and classes about the environment that I want to learn about.
For the study abroad trip, it's called Biodiversity and Human Development in South Africa, and it's a broad course that looks at wildlife conservation, but also how we begin to conserve species and our natural environment.
To be honest, I always wanted to go to Africa just to see African wildlife in its natural habitat. So when I heard that I could do that, I figured it was a no-brainer for me, and it was a beautiful opportunity to help my dreams come true.
In terms of wildlife, you know, it's a 10-day program in the game reserve, and so he was active in several procedures. We did a dehorning procedure on 5 rhinos, which is a difficult procedure and it's controversial. You're taking the identity of this animal, but you're doing it to try and preserve them and to try and ensure that they don't get poached.
That was probably my biggest conservation activity while I was out there. And then on top of that, we actually got a chance to decollar an elephant with change his training collar. And then on the last day, it was kind of more of a spontaneous type of deal. And we actually got to do a cheetah surgery on a cheetah whose paw had got ripped from one of the bushes out in South Africa.
There was also a very touching moment where we visited an HIV/AIDS orphanage, and there was a young 15-year-old boy who was sort of, you know, in the background at this orphanage, and I saw Brandon go out of his way to talk to him about, you know, hopes and dreams and goals.
Just to see that, the joy that came to their face just by them simply seeing me, and they didn't even know who I was, but they saw that I was a tall African-American. I mean, I look like an athlete, so they were so glad to see me, and it was just to be able to connect with some of the kids and kind of learn what they go through and learn about their everyday lives.
The stereotype of an athlete that doesn't really spend time on academics and spends all their time on athletics is actually just not true.
Honestly, I think it was definitely the best thing that happened to me since I've been to TCU. I mean, athletics has always been fun, and basketball has always been my first love. It's definitely given me something to play for more than anything. I mean, but that was more so of a life enrichment for me. And it just, like I said, it gave my life a lot of credibility. Like, I never really understood what a field experience would do from an educational standpoint. So just for me to go out there and learn so much and so fast, I almost felt like a sponge out there. And it kind of really just showed me like what it's gonna take for me to be at my best. And that, I mean, learning in the classroom is so good, but when you have hands-on experience like that, like there's nothing that compares.